Hey, good morning, guys. Welcome back to the Ahn Rho Project. This is the psychiatric self-therapeutic multimedia project to solve the problems, challenges, and obstacles in our lives, as well as a self-improvement process to reach the highest goals and ambitions that we have set for ourselves, as well as those around us. If you'd like a brief introduction and brief summary as to how we break down the Ahn Rho Project into domains of life, sub-series, analogies, and so on and so forth, you can check that out in the previous live streams for the past 3.5 years, straight to January 2021 and beyond for more updated versions, and that will include the copyright-free music, content live stream schedule, as well as how we divvy the streams into 11 segments grouped into 3 phases across a 15-minute live stream. Won't take too much of your time. Second segment today, let's just dive right into it. Of course, as usual, 2 main hitter points. The first one, solve 8.5 override, system override 8.5, a rule to break all other rules, a system principle to free myself from the system and get what most urgently needs getting done, practically speaking. And the second thing, of course, if you'd like to skip even this shortened, abridged introduction, you can always, as usual, on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, wherever you're coming from, just skip ahead as a video on demand by about a minute to a minute and a half, and then you'll probably just dive right into content, which begins right now. Phase 2 and Phase 3. Phase 2, what you see is what you get. Take a look on screen. We have a lot of stuff having to do with, well, actually take a look at the title as well. You'll find work, education, finance, money, materials, garbage, relationships, people, health, on and on, volunteering. It never ends. It's just a continuous live stream. This is life, right? This is life. You got like 100 variables to play. So let's play with it. Let's take a look here. There's a collage of almost everything, not everything, but almost everything. So let me show you at the very top left hand corner. I have to get back in touch with not back in touch with someone new, a cousin who I've never known for a long time. I have some voice recordings here, interactions between me and my domestic guardian, so my biological mother as well. Having to do with employment, having her, she asking me to help her with the employment and resume and updating some things on her social media, LinkedIn profiles. Also, you see a lot to do with banking in here. You can see some money, credit rating, not credit rating, but credit available. We have also in the middle here, we have a lot of stuff to do with a receipt. Let's magnify that a little bit so I can see it, so that we can all see it. Shipping, right? The laptop and the drive that I spoke about yesterday's live stream and beforehand. Yeah, so the shipping of the drive, the 4 terabyte drive. We have also volunteer emails here, as well as trying to update. Oh, I don't know what that is. That's fine. It sounds like it's important, but I didn't seem to update it. Doesn't really matter. At the very bottom here, we have, again, more shipping information. Looks like receipt, getting down to receipt. That's important for income tax returns for the next year, preparing it this year because I do have technically a business. And then on the right hand side, some statistics having to do with social media and Instagram, and so that's one thing. And there's something that I've missed here, of course. As usual, there's always going to be more stuff that pops up. So there's some food here, as you can see, dietetics, nutrition, as well as something to do with office work, administrative things having to do with Excel and databasing. So this is all stuff that we have to cover. And then after that, we dive out of phase 2 into phase 3. And once again, if you take a look at the title, it does say, are we done yet? Because it's getting very annoying not being able to get to the most important part, which is this entire room. Regions, D, B, A, 8, and 9, all that kind of stuff. You can see there's a lot I need to work on. So let's dive right into the stuff we have for today. We start off with the recordings as usual. Okay, conversational recordings, particularly yesterday, as well as the media assets having to do with the live stream itself. So you take a look on the side, we can see that there's some stuff. Some of it is a recording of myself, but most of it is, for example, an interaction between me and my biological guardian. So her asking me about resume. Also, it was her birthday, so happy birthday to her. But also, not only just a pancreatic cancer, which was a big worry concern. We also have to do with employment. So yesterday she asked about updating her LinkedIn profile, so I had to go, and then that one thing led to another. I had to get the photos from her phone, send it to the email then upload it onto Facebook. She also wants it not just on LinkedIn, right? So both of the cover pages and profile photos, and then having to do a resume, applying for a job, having to set up a new resume on Indeed. So Indeed, LinkedIn, Facebook, her phone, mail. It's just ridiculous. Photographs, updating her work experience, updating her volunteer experience, skills. It just took a whole damn hour. All right, so but it's definitely something that's worthwhile. This will hopefully help her become an independent person once more into the future. So let's get rid of that and move on to the next thing. So that's segment 4 and 5, digital items. So Still relations. Also, I should mention this is also technically part of segment 4-5. So I'm still trying to get back to my cousin. My cousin. I've never known her. I didn't know her. It's someone I've never been in contact with. It's shockingly, to say the least. But sometimes you have cousins who, and even brothers and sisters who are all across the world that you've never met them before. It's crazy, I know, but it's a big family. And that's that. So I have to get in touch with her because she's been waiting patiently. It's been like 2 days now. I can see the notification, but I just have been swamped. So I have to mention here that's something I have to get down on the Ahn Rho Project. This is important. So when it comes to communication now, so we're moving on to personal, so communications and habit and behaviors. I have to make sure that not only in terms of just relatives but relationships in general. When I get overwhelmed and swamped, and I get a notification or some sort of message from somebody, I have to start this habit. Most people have this down, but I don't for some reason. Well, no, I know exactly where it comes from. I have a lot of trust issues growing up in my life. I've always had to rely on myself solely because I could not trust other people, especially not my own biological guardians. So all I can say is that I have to work out of that because she has nothing to do with this. If I am swamped and overwhelmed, I should just get back to the message and say, listen, it's gonna be a busy week or a busy next couple of days. I probably won't be able to get back to you any sooner. I'm just letting you know right now that I do see a notification and I am trying to get back to you as soon as possible. So just bear with me, and we can set an appointment afterwards or whatever. Just make sure they know that you do care and that you're not just ignoring them. Alright, so moving on. So that's something I have to get right. Alright, I have to practice this. Alright, so let me have here. Okay, over to banking information. That's a lot. Banking. But it's an important habit. It's an important habit to set. So information here, we have a banking. $1,000 one time. Right, just checking. Paying off the credit through debit. So from one institution to another. Paying bills. So you can see here, I just trying to check the available credit and so on and so forth. And of course, the purchase was about $1,100. You see on the right hand side. Tally it all together, and that's what you get. Also, like I said, employment. Right, I talked about my biological mother, her happy birthday, and then helping her with LinkedIn. So this is her kind of cover photo that we used. I had to scrape that I said she picked one. She did a good job. She knows exactly. She's very good at picking out things that look great from her photographs. And then she didn't know how to get this all done, so I just sent it over to a mail over to Facebook, share it onto Facebook when that didn't work, and then put onto LinkedIn. So it was a whole ridiculous process. I noticed that my voice is not right. If I can't hear my chest voice, there's something wrong. CPTSD. Stop it. Relax. Okay, so download receipts. Okay. Alright, receipts. So Best Buy. Alright, here's Best Buy. Chill out. Alright. CPTSD, hypervigilance, chronic anxiety, muscles, limbic system, Victor. Ahn Rho, just kind of, okay, good. So download receipt. Okay, so I had to download the receipt from one of my emails regarding the Best Buy, and I was checking the tracking. You can see it says ready in 24 hours. So it's quite amazing. Think of Purelator, FedEx, UPS, and here's a tracking. You can track. Of course, this is on Best Buy. When I purchase on Best Buy, you can track the purchase as it's being shipped along the way and get notifications probably when it arrives at the doorstep. Thank you for shopping at Best Buy, blah blah blah. And same thing, receipt. You can download the same combined order and details page attached to the receipt. Now this is important because I need the receipt for income tax returns, because obviously I actually have a business on the side in addition to full-time work, in addition to volunteering, in addition to this project. So the project, the volunteers, bringing positions, employment, as well as, and we have relationships too, and health and all that kind of stuff that's more important than all this. But even then, the business requires that for income tax next year, I am ready with the receipts, because this is about $1,000. I can claim some of this for business expenses for sure, at least 50% of it use. Alright, so you see here, okay, and you can see that I was curious about the pricing discount thing, because they said there's a gift receipt, and it said I didn't use any gift coupons. Anyways, that's that. Moving on, we have volunteering here. It says, email me if you are ready to volunteer, and we wish you all the best. Whenever you're ready, we'll understand if you're not comfortable right now. And obviously that has a lot to do with COVID-19. So that's from the hospital, volunteer coordinator from the hospital saying, listen, if any of you volunteers, you send a phase 3 email. We're trying to get more volunteers in, but if you're not comfortable, we totally understand. We get that, and I appreciate that understanding. Now, whether or not it's a new coordinator, I don't know what kind of person she's like, but hopefully she is as understanding as she makes herself out to be. Okay, delivery date, estimated date, so that's probably today. So shipping, receiving, like I said, trying to get down. Once again, the volunteership. If you are not ready to return, don't hesitate. But when you are ready, don't hesitate to contact us, and we will happily coordinate with you a schedule that works. Okay, over to this end. This one has to do with. I have no idea what this has to do with. Doesn't matter. Then we'll have to skip it. We don't have time for this. We have only like 4 minutes left. Okay, on this left-hand side panel, all right, we can see that it says at the very top. There's a profile visit in the last 7 days. There was a new follower, as well as a new person who followed on Twitter as well. So it was interesting because I don't usually get new follows. That was just something worth mentioning because I get zero traffic the majority of the time, and I can see exactly why, and I don't really give a damn. Because if you can't tell, the Ahn Project right now is devoted almost entirely to making sure that I can get to a point where I can contribute to other people's lives. Right now I have to take care of myself first because a lot of it is in shambles. Alright, so we have here pie, oatmeal on the side that I mixed it with, peach crumble pie plus oatmeal with flax seeds and chia seeds and so on and so forth. So that's today's breakfast. I actually got up on time, not early enough but close enough. On the left hand panel you see that there's some Usana Health Science supplements, so they're by Omega, and I just maximize here. It's a pretty good resolution photograph with a canister of water and paper towels. And last but not least, Microsoft, something went wrong with story, ran into a problem, error code 30068-26. If you see this error that contains 30068, you can, when you try to install Office, try to do the following: restart your computer, reinstall Office. That's ridiculous, but well, you know what? I think there's a better solution. It says right here, so it's not that ridiculous. But story ran into a problem. Okay, I appreciate that. While updating Office, please try again after restarting your computer. If it continues to experience, repair Office from programs and features, and that is a much better solution. So this popped up today. Alright, we're done. All the phase 2 items. We have only about 2.5 minutes left. This is ridiculous. This always happens. So A8, A9. We were interrupted yesterday, obviously, by the whole LinkedIn and employment resume. So I want to get rid of this trash here on 2, and also I want to get rid of the stuff here in region E3. So I want to talk right here, E3. We were here yesterday's live stream, I think the 3rd live stream. So I want to mention these pens, these box cutter utility knives, the tape measure, as well as these books from university, research on also smoking from volunteering, prevention for smoking, and pens, and all this kind of stuff, as well as this bag. So first of all, this bag here from Zamsamyu, so basically Buddhist temple. I should stash it up there in region C1, from E3 to C1, so I'm going to leave it here. This goes up there. Over here, all this stuff, where did it come from? Came from down here in the box. I said I moved it here from over region B12, the keyword's gone, over to my biological mother. But what's inside this crate, I put it here temporarily and realized how stupid it was. Because the only reason why I kept all of this stuff here, minus the books, is because it's accessible. Does this look accessible right now? No, it doesn't. I put all this food on top, and now I have to take it out just in order to access this. So this is stupid. Whatever's in here has to be only for storage, not access. And so I move this stuff out, and then what the plan is, I'm going to take these, temporarily probably place it inside this box, but most likely afterwards, when I rearrange the room, and we'll talk about the plans probably tomorrow or later on today, if we get a chance, second live stream or whatever. I'm going to move some equipment here that has to do with tools, equipment, hardware, and move it over to this end of the room when I rearrange the table, okay? And most likely, or I'll leave it over here. But the point is, this stuff that it has to do with stationary office materials, things I'm going to use to measure my foot for the rollerblades, like things that are accessible and have to do with hardware and tools and office work, has to be combined with the stuff here that has to do with office work and hardware and tools. So, and then that's how it's going to go. So that's important. Let's dive here for a second. Mention that, first of all, there's some trash here once again. I'll toss away this when I go up. Sweep this all up, all that garbage, toss in the garbage, that's recyclables. Same thing, some of these recyclables. But over here, there's a lot of stuff here that also has to be trash. So we have this crackers that I finished. We have all these garlic parsley crackers. We have these like snap peas. We all have the bananas I finished. This is all trash. I gotta take this bag here because I'm gonna reuse it. We have these. I'm gonna buy new nut clusters here too. So all this stuff is all trash, recyclables. Fold it up, put a bag within a bag within a bag, and we're gonna end this live stream and say this has to continue tomorrow morning. So, it's just a lot. We'll do this later today. So this is our